Hello and welcome to Inside Indiana Business. I'm Gary Dick. For decades, Northwest Indiana has been lagging when it comes to investment, jobs, and economic vitality. But there are signs that things are changing in the state's second largest regional economy. In 2020, as we look at Northwest Indiana by the numbers, attraction and expansion projects attracted some 2,400 job commitments, $254 million in investment. The average wage there on the rise as well, outpacing 2019 numbers. Also, the Indiana Dunes National Lakeshore designated as a national park. Gary Chicago International Airport added a customs facility, expanded runway, and UPS facilities as well. In Hammond, Digital Crossroad, a $200 million data center. And for details on those developments and more, pleased to be joined by Northwest Indiana Forum CEO Heather Ennis. Heather, welcome to the program.
Hi, thanks so much for having me, Gary.
Well, that's a lot that I mentioned off the top, but that really is kind of just peaking, the tip of the iceberg, if you will. Most recently, a $300 million casino, the Hard Rock Casino, Northern Indiana, opened there. That will continue to make Northwest Indiana really a destination when it comes to gaming and those folks attracted to that.
Outstanding. Absolutely, Gary. We've got Horseshoe Casino. We've got Blue Chip Casino. We've got Ameristar already operating in market. And so this just adds a labeled crown jewel in the already beautiful Northwest Indiana arena of casinos. So a huge opportunity for us, and we're so delighted to see the Hard Rock land here, especially with the venue for concerts and different opportunities there.
Yeah, and big investment, construction jobs, $300 million investment there. And as you look at Northwest Indiana as a destination, certainly the Dunes has always been a destination, but the recent, I guess that was 2019, the designation as a national park really put the region on the map in a lot of ways.
Absolutely. We can't thank Congressman Misklowski enough for his work to move that along. We've got beautiful 42 miles of beautiful coastline here in Northwest Indiana, so it really showcases really well as a national park now. People use that as a stamp in their passport of places they want to visit, and so we're really fortunate to be able to offer a national park experience here in Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, and in terms of so much we can talk about here, but in terms of transformational projects that have been talked about for decades, the Westlake Corridor extension into Lake County, $1 billion project, that is underway, as well as the South Shore double tracking as well. Two major transportation projects that are going to impact Northwest Indiana to Chicago, travel time in-state as well, and it opens up investment opportunities.
Huge potential. So these aren't just transportation projects, these are economic development projects. The transit development corridors around the double tracking in Westlake that the state legislature put into play are game-changing. I mean, they're really revolutionary, and places all over the country are looking at how we're doing things here in Northwest Indiana now. There's great opportunity for investment along those corridors and to really be able to capture the increment and continue the growth along those. So in addition to that, the fiber and infrastructure opportunities that those create build the way for a great technology corridor as well. So not only do you have that transportation infrastructure, but then you also have the other infrastructure that comes along with it and really can create a robust ecosystem for entrepreneurship and innovation.
Before we leave, have to have you mention, Heather, because I know a number of communities up there are investing in a big way in quality of life, quality of place projects. You're attracting a lot of folks, too, coming over from Illinois with the tax situation and other things in Illinois, actually getting new residents into Northwest Indiana.
Yeah, so we're seeing great things happening around quality of place, quality of life in the cities of Valparaiso and Crown Point and Whiting. Hammond is doing a walkable downtown. I mean, really, folks are coming to Northwest Indiana. We're continuously trying to build up our inventory because we can't keep it in stock. So the quality of life is so great here, and really we had some folks move over here that were talking about. They moved from Naperville and they had relocated to Valparaiso, and they said during a pandemic, in the first 6 months of living in Northwest Indiana, they met more of their neighbors and made more friends than in the 6 years that they'd lived in Naperville. So, I think that And Illinois is a wonderful place as well. So I don't, you know, it's,
Yep.
I don't want it to be a zero-sum game, but we are really fortunate to have friendly folks and great quality of life here.
Very good. Well, Heather, as you mentioned off camera, you said Northwest Indiana beginning to get its swagger back a bit. A lot of projects going on. Really appreciate the time, and we'll continue to follow the stories there.
Thanks so much, Gary. Have a wonderful day.
All right.